Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Cardconomist card opening. Last time we went through a whole bunch of stuff that I purchased off of eBay in order to get kind of my collection restarted, right? We were taking a look at Team Rocket cards. I have a nice folder now. I like these folders much better. You can see well, let's see if I can show you that on this camera. You can see I've put a lot of these into a nice card holding sheet. We have a few more of those sheets here. Probably not saying the right name for them. What are they actually called? Kind of card storage sheet, right? I had a whole bunch of these when I was younger. And here are the common and uncommon Team Rocket first edition cards that I purchased. I'd mentioned in that video that we would have a separate video for these. I'm actually going to be opening these up, putting them in penny sleeves, and then putting them inside of these sheets. So let's go ahead and get that done. I thought this would be an interesting video to do all by itself, because I haven't seen these in a long time, 20 years. I don't remember how they all look. So this is kind of nice for me because I've forgotten what they look like. These were also surprisingly cheap. Thought they'd be more expensive. I guess we'll start with the common cards, right? I want to see what condition they're in. Maybe if some of them are in really good condition, I'll have them graded. All right, let's go ahead and open up the common cards first. Should be one of each of all the common cards, all first edition. Okay, and you can kind of see they're worn. Right, so let's have this over here. Set these down. The first one is Abra. Yeah, the card's actually in surprisingly good condition. Wow. Really good condition. There's just a few dings down here, really. Huh. I'm impressed, because these were really cheap. And did not cost much at all. Let's go ahead and put them down here. Actually, I wonder if we could put them in order of, so what, that's 49 out of 82. You know, I could do that later. I was thinking I could put them in order of their number. So for those of you who don't collect Pokemon cards, the way they work is each set... Oh, my cat's chewing on a piece of plastic over there. You can hear her. Each set of cards has a number of cards in it, and you can actually see. So there's 82 cards in this set. This is number 50 out of 80. You can also see, look at that, 1995, 1996, 1998, Nintendo, Creatures, Game Freak. Wow. Actually, this says 1999, 2000 Wizards, right? And that would actually be when the cards were printed, I'm sure. This one's also in pretty good shape. Wow, I'm really impressed with that. Holy cow. That's basically mint. That's either mint or near mint. So whoever is selling these really is giving them away at a nice price. Pretty tight fit right there for... Oh, Dark Raticate is a common, huh? That's so interesting. Yeah, after you put the penny sleeve on them, they're pretty snug inside the sheet. Oh, here, let me make sure I'm on the actual camera. I'm so not used to doing this. Still getting used to it. Forgot I actually have to see that it's in view. Here we go. So Dark Raticate. Wow. Also in really good condition. Okay, there's a little bit of wear on that corner. Go ahead and get this in the sleeve. What is that? 51 out of 80? 51 out of 82? One of the nice things about Pokemon cards is often the art design. You know, the artist gets to play around a little bit. So here's Diglett, except he's huge. There's a car flying off over here. Looks like he's breaking up a prison almost, don't you think? Like maybe he's helping someone break out of a prison. Diglett is like a mole Pokemon, right? Go ahead and put him up here. Dratini is a basic Pokemon that eventually evolves into Dragonite. Really, really good condition on these cards. You can see it's just a little bit of bend on these corners, but just hardly any at all. Right to a penny sleeve, into our sheet. Drowsy. So if you can see this card in the background, there's the Drowsy and then there's the Dark Hypno, right? So these actually pair together. Wow. Take a look at those moves. Long distance hypnosis. You may flip a coin if Heads, the defending Pokemon is now asleep. If Tails, your active Pokemon is now asleep. Whoops. It's kind of a gamble then, isn't it? I'll put them in there. Here's a popular card. So let's see if this is in mint condition. Wow, surface seems perfect. No, this little edge right here, you can tell it's like bent right here. Oh, that's too bad. That's okay. Eevee's a real popular Pokemon, isn't it? It's like a fox or something, right? From up here. I was curious. I recognize all of these as we're looking at them. Ekans, right? I don't think Ekans is too crazy popular. Let's go ahead and get him in a penny sleeve. These are the sleeves from the previous video. I figure since these are common and uncommon cards, it'd be okay if I use them. Rather than throwing them in a trash can. They go in a big hole in the ground somewhere. It's a little bent, but that's okay. These are just the common cards. It's not a big deal. Here's Grimer. I'm actually a fan of Grimer and Muck. Did you know that? Take a look at that. That looks really nice. How about the back? Yeah, just a little wear here and here, I'd say. Here, I guess. Actually, I guess all the corners. I wonder what causes that. They look perforated, if that's the right word. Look at them poking up out of the sewer. Oh my god. Okay, let's go ahead and flip this over. That looks nice. Coughing. Again, another one of my favorite Pokemon, actually. I don't know why. There's always been something very simplistic about him that I like. I think I like Poison type. And once again, the edges just look a little worn. Just a little bit. Let's go ahead and pop them in the sleeve. And that is the last sleeve I had from the last video. Oh, do you have to... How does this work? Oh, interesting. So you still have to put them in from this side. I didn't know that. Flip them over here. Alright. Machop, he's a familiar face. Turns into Machamp. Machamp's been around for so long. Love the Team Rocket set. Alright, here's my fancier... These I think are more like for playing the game. They're a higher quality than the penny sleeves. But that's okay, we'll use them on our first edition Rocket cards. Alright, here's a Magnemite. Again, another one of my favorites. I don't know why. I don't know why. There's something really mechanical about the way it looks. It's a screw in his head, it's got magnets, 2 more screws. Looks a little bit like a TIE Fighter, doesn't it? Once again, great condition. I don't think it's going to be perfect condition. That's okay. I'm actually pretty pleased with these. Makes me hopeful for the uncommons. See if we have enough sleeves for this whole set. Mankey. Mankey was never a big deal to me. It's always kind of a goofy Pokemon. Some of the base set Pokemon are real goofy. But a lot of them are actually very iconic. And I don't feel like that's true for a lot of the later generations. A lot of the later generation Pokemon are very forgettable. I don't know if that's a nostalgia thing or a design thing. It's Meowth. Meowth is a real famous Pokemon for Team Rocket, right? Because he's part of that trio. James, Jesse, Meowth. Wow, card's just in really pretty good condition. You see just a tiny little bit of wear. Just very, very little, though. Alright, put them in the sleeve here. Hopefully we have enough sleeves. A little nervous we don't. How's it looking on the back? Alright. Here's Oddish. I love the art design here. He looks, he's got these little beady red eyes. And he's just kind of hiding in the brush, I guess. And here's this little frog chilling out by him. He doesn't look happy. It's a sad Oddish. Pop them in this sleeve. Well, this card design's really basic, Ponyta. Yeah, it's pretty basic. There's nothing too exciting about this one. Sometimes cards are really obvious looking. And they're just like, yep, here's the Pokemon. And then other times, like with the Oddish, they have a little more artistic direction for it. A little more extravagant. Here's Psyduck, another really iconic Pokemon. Actually, we pulled this from the Unified Minds the other day. Right? Somebody told me that's a full art. Still learning all the details of the names and everything for these new card sets, because I'm very unfamiliar with the new card sets. Look at this. This is funny. So he's a water type, but he's also a psychic type, and he's got one move that takes a psychic energy card. So I always wondered, did anyone ever take advantage of that? Like, you'd have to have water energies and psychic energies in the same deck. It just seems, you know, it just seems like it wouldn't work very well. Guess you have a Starmie. Rattata, the most basic of basic Pokemon. This is like Zubat, basically. You just run into them all the time, and you get sick of it in the games, right? Speaking of the games, I might be playing the Pokemon series on my main channel, the TheCardconomist channel. I might be doing that soon. Rattata. Trickery. Once during your turn, you may switch one of your prizes with the top card of your deck. That's not useful unless you know what's the top card of your deck. Alright, let's go ahead and put him here. Really, really obscure ability. Alright, so take a look. Ah, looking nice. Ooh. Alright, that's one sheet. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the folder here. These are the rare cards from last time. Go ahead and open this. It's just the bottom, huh? Get this sheet in back here. Alright. Move that back off to this side. Wow, there's quite a few more cards than I realized. Let's keep going. Slowpoke, he's a real iconic and popular Pokemon. Dopey Pokemon. Wonder what he's modeled after. All the Pokemon seem to be modeled after a real-life animal. I don't know what he's modeled after. Interesting. He's got a tail. Yeah, I have no idea. Squirtle? Let's go ahead and check his condition. Man, these cards are in such good condition, but just shy of being perfect. Actually, this one's really good. Wow. The edges just have the slightest perforation on the corners. I bet that would come back a 9 at least. That card basically looks near perfect. That's good. Alright, that's Squirtle. Voltorb. People always made fun of this Pokemon because it looked like it was uncreative because it was. It looks like a Pokeball, right? But I always looked at it as like a positive, negative charge, right? It's an electric type Pokemon. You got positive and negative. It's like an ion or something. Here we go. Voltorb, Electrode, they were kind of boring. There was nothing too exciting about them. Here's the Zubat. These guys drove you nuts because there were too many of them in the caves. You had to get like a super repel. Now he's worn. You can see the top of the card is looking a little worn. It's worn down here. That's okay. Nobody wants this card, I'm sure. I'm happy to have them anyways. Goop Gas Attack. Look at the art style on this. I really like the cartoony art style. All Pokemon powers stop working until the end of your opponent's next turn. Look at that. He's got like this nautical sea armor or whatever. A big bag of, I guess, Goop's little poison face here. It's great. Trainer cards. Trainer cards were fine until you got a rare trainer card instead of a rare Pokemon. Then it was like, oh my god. People didn't like that. Let's go ahead and put this in here. And another trainer. Sleep. Rocket Secret Machine. Are these supposed to put you to sleep? They look like they'd wake you up, actually, don't they? Flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon is now asleep. Oh, that's sad. You can play the card and it still might not do anything. Not a very strong card. Guess it's nice when it works. Okay, we're done with the basic Pokemon. See, we just had 6 more. The basic cards, I should say. Now it's time to move on to the more valuable uncommon cards. So I could actually see some of these being graded and people actually buying them if they're like mint 10. You can see a dark Charmeleon. It's a really cool design, by the way. Yeah, I don't know if I like all the designs that you see these days, but some of the old card designs are really beautiful. Ooh, there's quite a few of them here. I hope I have enough loaders. Enough sleeves, I should say. Yeah, you know, these corners look just a little worn. Alright, we'll set this down over here. We have the dark Chameleon. We were just looking at this. Looking real good on the front, and then on the back. Wow, actually looking pretty good on the back as well. Just a little bit of wear right here on the top edge. And once again, the edges look a little perforated. I don't know what causes that. Were they kept in some kind of tin or box or something? Who knows? So we're going to continue this sheet by starting the uncommons. There we go. Dark Dragonair. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the rest of these sleeves, actually. These are real slippery. Okay, Dark Dragonair. We're going to look at these a little more carefully. Yeah, Dark Dragonair's got some wear up here. Doesn't surprise me. 20 years old, man. It's actually in good condition for 20 years old, to be honest. I mean, unless you had them all in plastic top loaders. And I'm sure he didn't. Because usually when you open up cards, like, you know, I've got some of these cards here, right? And they got common and uncommon cards in it. And you don't go, oh, man, I'm gonna save these. Like, they're going to be worth money someday. You know, you don't think that way. When they're brand new, you don't think that way. But 20 years later, they're worth something. That's how it goes. Dark Electrode. And once again, he's just got a little ding up here. Otherwise, near perfect, man. Crazy. Voltorb and Electrode. They're pretty unexciting cards in my opinion. Dark Flareon, on the other hand, is actually pretty popular. I actually saw this one selling on eBay for quite a bit because it was a mint 10 card. The front of this card looks really good. How about the back? Oh wow, the back's really good too, actually. Whoa, I think this could be at least a 9. At least a 9. I wonder if that would come back at 10. That looks just about perfect. That's really good. Let's go ahead and put them in here. I'll probably get my cards graded at some point. Not right away. I'll wait until I have a few worth looking at. Dark Gloom. Really like the design on this. So the Oddish already looked cool. Why does this one look so cool? He looks like he's in this sort of like, I don't know, like a swamp almost. There's already like poison mist around him. And he's got his little hand up here like the wind's blowing. It's a little bit of drool there. I don't understand it. And then the Pokemon is like black and red. Black and orange actually, which actually looks very toxic, right? Yeah, love the art design on that one. Yeah, I feel like some of the cards I've seen from the new set, they just kind of lack this personality that the older cards do have. And that's not true for all of them. It's just true for a lot of them, which isn't good. Okay, let's go ahead. But, you know, at this point, they've made so many cards. It must be hard to have a lot of personality on every card. You know what I mean? The Dark Golduck, split in the water here like he's Moses. Look, he's a water type, but he only uses psychic energy cards. So you would put this card into a psychic deck, and it would have better weaknesses and resistances than your other psychic Pokemon. A little wear down here. That's too bad. I don't think he's as popular as Psyduck, Golduck, because he looks too serious now. The Golduck was kind of a goof, you know? Just like Slowpoke. Yeah, they were both kind of goofs. Then he gets all powerful and serious, and people are like, that's boring. We like him when he's a goofball. Jolteon. Wow, looks really good. I would bet that this Pokemon is also, even though it's an uncommon, like the Flareon, I would bet this card's actually worth quite a bit if you brought it back mint 10. And, wow, I think that is just about the best card I've seen in the lot. Well, I don't know. There's just ever so slightly a little bit of white on the side, like right here, but Really not that much. Jesus, that's a very nice looking card. I don't know, maybe I'll send that one and the other one in. So over time, I imagine they're just going to continue to go up in value. Here's the Dark Kadabra. Once again, so much personality in these cards. Look at this. Just a really different art design. He's like bending the spoon here. He's looking off to the side. He has kind of like this abstract look on his face, I guess. And like this green haze here. It looks kind of like mischievous, you know what I mean? Looks like he's up to no good. Matter exchange. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand in order to draw a card. Huh. It's actually pretty nice. Get rid of something you don't need to see if you can get something you want. Look how weak the old cards were though, like 50 HP for a Kadabra. Not that strong. So which layer were we on? Okay, we got 2 more. So we put this back here. Dark Machoke. In the actual video game, if you had a Machoke, he was actually pretty strong already. He dealt a lot of physical damage. And this is also a very good card with just one little ding down on this corner of the card. Wow. Can't believe how little I paid for these. Just some guy on eBay selling all the common and uncommon cards. He's just like, please buy them. Alright, and that completes another sheet. Let's go ahead and open up my binder. What are these sheets called? Okay, this is really starting to look like something at this point, huh? Still got a lot of the rares to put together. But they're so expensive. Alright, cool. Let's move this off to the side. We still got uncommons to go through. So here's Dark Muck. Again, one of my favorite Pokemon, actually. They have a really cool looking version of him in the Team Rocket Return set. Let's see what condition he's in. And he's got a ding up here, actually. Pretty obvious one. Okay. I saw some PSA 10 Dark Mugs on eBay, and they were selling for like 40 bucks. Of course, it costs money to have them graded, so you're paying for that service, first of all. But then also just the fact that it's a pristine card, you know, a mint card. People pay extra money for that. Dark Persian. I don't know about this one. This is kind of a cartoony looking card. He doesn't look quite right, does he? Proportions or maybe his posture or something. I think they could have done a little better on that one. I think I always felt that way, even when I was younger. Dark Persian. Yeah, that one looks like a kid might have drawn it a little bit. Some cards look that way, don't they? And it's not just like, you know, because some artists are really good at drawing things with the wrong proportions, but this just looks not done almost. Dark Primate, that comes from the Minky, right? Looks pretty good, actually. Let's see the back. Oh, yeah, the back, again, is pretty good. There's a little bit of white showing on this side. So he is not perfect. All right, Dark Primate. Goes right into the sleeve. Dark Rapidash. Now, this is a nice design. Look at that. That looks way better than the earlier design. The earlier design was kind of ugly, like I was saying. It was just kind of plain. But this looks really, really pretty. In fact, if you were opening the set and you didn't know what was rare and what wasn't, you might have guessed this was a rare card. But this is an uncommon card. How does it look on the back? Wow. This one is, well, there's just a little bit of white on the top right here. Okay. I was getting a little excited there. I was like, wow, that one looks really good. Funny enough, the Jolteon and Flareon both looked really good. I think those are two of the more valuable ones. For the uncommons, that is. And here's a Dark Vaporeon, also coming from Eevee. Yeah, the Eevee cards are popular. Oh, is there a stain on it? Yeah, no stains. How about the back now? Yeah, there's a little bit of white here, and I would say here too. That's okay. Jump over here. Okay, pop them in here. This is really one of the most enjoyable parts of collecting these cards, is getting to put them in the sleeves and put them into your binder. Wartortle. He looks a little grumpy. Wow, actually, this looks really good on the back. Wow. That's crazy. Go ahead and slip that into a sleeve. The Wartortle looks pretty good, and the Magikarp is actually a very collectible card. People like Magikarp. So this is the Rocket Magikarp from the Team Rocket set. Actually counts as an uncommon. Isn't that funny? He only has 30 HP. He's kind of like an ugly duckling card, right? He starts out really useless and he turns into Gyarados and then he's really strong. And yeah, this one's not that good. Actually, there's a lot of wear on multiple sides. Oh, that's too bad. That's okay. We're just here to place it in here and be able to look at it whenever we want to. That's the whole point of it. Here's Porygon. Another card that another Pokemon that I really enjoy is Porygon because he's like a geometric shape. And I don't know, something about that's really appealing to me. Kind of like the way Magnemite is really mechanical. All right, let's take a look at the back of the card. Now there's some wear at the top. That's okay. 20 years old, man. Finally get my hands on these cards again. So funny to think. I used to have all these cards. The only ones I didn't have were the rare ones. Some of the rare ones I didn't have, like, I never actually owned a Dark Charizard. The Boss's Way, this is an uncommon. Just give it a quick glance over. There's a little wear on it. They're actually all just about the same condition. They all look near mint with just a tiny bit of wear on the back. Slide that in there. Challenge. Let's see what it says, because it's got a whole mouthful down here. Ask your opponent if he or she accepts your challenge. If your opponent declines, draw 2 cards. Oops, some cards fell over there. If your opponent accepts, each of you searches your deck for any number of basic Pokemon cards and puts them face down onto your bench. When you both have finished, shuffle your decks and turn those cards face up. Oh, so this... The problem is, your opponent's allowed to decline, and if I was your opponent, I would probably decline the majority of the time, because I would think, well, his deck's probably designed to take advantage of this. That's what I would think. He would only play the card if there was some basic thing he needed. Whoops, my phone ran out of battery there. Let's go ahead and continue, though. Alright, here's the Digger Trainer card. It says, flip a coin. If tails, do 10 damage to your active Pokemon. If heads, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, your opponent does 10 damage to his or her active Pokemon. I like how it says his or her. If heads, you flip a coin. Keep doing this until a player gets tails. It just doesn't sound worth it. It's basically like gambling and saying, maybe I'll win, maybe you'll win. It's like, why would you play a card that could actually benefit your opponent? Imposter Oak's Revenge. Look at him, he looks all... like everyone looks so mischievous in this picture. Discard a card from your hand in order to play this card. Your opponent shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck and then draws 4 cards. That's actually not bad. If your opponent has a whole bunch of cards in his hand, you could actually get him to drop most of that. So he only gets to draw 4 more. All right, I'll put that away. Nightly Garbage Run. Choose up to 3 basic Pokemon cards, evolution cards, and or basic energy cards from your discard pile. Show them to your opponent and shuffle them into your deck. So, okay. It's not a bad one. See, that one only benefits you. Got a card you really like, you just put it back in your deck. Alright, what do we have here? Potion Energy. If you play this card from your hand, remove 1 damage counter from the Pokemon you attach it to, if it has any. Potion Energy provides 1 normal energy. Doesn't count as a basic energy card. Huh. Interesting. Man, I don't even remember that. I guess I never paid much attention to this card when I was a kid. I like how they put the first edition sign up here, huh? So strange. And then, last card. Let's get it off the table real carefully. Probably shouldn't have done that. It says, Full Heal Energy. If you play this card from your hand, the Pokemon you attach it to is no longer asleep, confused, paralyzed, or poisoned. Well, that's even better than the other one. Full Heal Energy provides 1 normal type energy. Very cool. Okay, and that's the last uncommon card. Let's see where we're going to place it real fast. Okay. Place it right here. Okay, and that's all of the uncommon cards. Let's take a look at them. Vaporeon, Dark War Turtle, Dark Muck, Dark Persian, Dark Primate. A bunch of trainer cards. Let's open up our binder here. So we got our rares, right? Blastoise, Dark Gyarados, Dugtrio, Slowbro, Weezing, Machamp, Golbat. Then we have these commons. We might actually change the way these sheets are positioned, but you can see the commons there. That goes on for another page. So here they are again, more commons. And then we finish off the commons and move on to the uncommons. Dark Charmeleon up there. Actually, it looks like I had a few slots back here left. Oh, maybe I put the card in wrong. I'm curious, did I do that? Nope, I just didn't fill it out. That's so interesting. Okay, well, we'll get that later. Let's go ahead and get this last sheet in. Wrap things up. We can fix that later. Now that they're all in sleeves, it's very easy to fix it. All right, the last sheet. Looking pretty good. All right, so we're done with all of the common and uncommon Team Rocket cards. What that means is I have to finish the rare cards, like this guy right here. Oh, doesn't he look nice? I have to finish collecting all the rare cards for this set. And then we'll probably move on to the Team Rocket Returns set. Right? Okay. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.